We talk about AI a lot, but one thing that's underappreciated or doesn't get enough attention is what are the needs of AI from an infrastructure perspective? Can the infrastructure hold up to this massive adoption and the change in the way the business models are evolving? If you think about it, the networks today were designed for a point-to-point connection. They were designed in a very many years ago, many decades ago, where users were in a certain place, applications were in a certain place. And AI actually completely topples that model upside down, because AI requires large amounts of data to be analyzed, large amount of data is required for training, for inferencing. There is a timing aspect to it. The information has to be available at a given point in time. Otherwise, the AI models can actually have incorrect information. So the stress that it puts on the network infrastructure is tremendous. And today's networks are not ready for that. That's one aspect of it. Then let's talk about the security part of the AI. When you think about security, if you remember back in the day what happened with the application security, there was this whole idea about DevSecOps that came into picture. We had to change the way we wrote the code. We had to change the way we did threat modeling, the way the testing was done, the way the deployments happened from staging to production. Now, just think about applying the same principles that we had for DevSecOps into the AI adoption. And you'll immediately realize it's not a security problem that's isolated to a group or to a team. It's very, very similar to the DevSecOps, where now we have to think about the AIML SecOps. You have to think about, are my models trustworthy? This open source model that I'm downloading, is it actually the right model? What is its where is this model coming from? And what is the lineage? How do I know I can trust this model? Is this model poison? Is it going to steal my data? So if you just think about it for a second, all the way from which models to use, to what data to send it to, what if there's data poisoning, there is attacks on the data itself, and then finally there is like, where do I run these things? Where I run it, are they even secure in the first place? And we have seen the evidence of this. We have seen that when the DeepSeek open source came out, the early stages of the attacks were more on the infrastructure side. People were able to access the usernames and the API tokens, and it was just basic hygiene of any application development. Then it went more to the the model training attacks and so on and so forth. Aryaka's AI strategy has 3 pillars to it. The first pillar is, how do we solve the networking problem of AI that I just described, which is to have a reliable connectivity with low latency and ability to transfer large amount of data. The second one is security, and the third one is observability. Networking is solved by AI Perform. This is something we launched last year, middle of last year, and it makes sure that when people are accessing AI workloads, they have best user experience, low latency, high performance. What we are launching today is AI Observe, which actually leverages AI and ML models to make sense of the data that is produced when we have customers use the network and the security features of Aryaka. One of the things that's super unique about it is we can actually derive insights from the network patterns as the things are happening. Unlike SIMs, which work on after the fact logs and try to make sense of that data, what we do is we actually run these AI models, and when the traffic is actually still running, we can analyze if there's anomalies. For example, if there's ransomware, there is lateral movement and attempts for the ransomware to spread laterally. And before it actually, is able to spread and do anything meaningful, we can flag an anomaly and we can say something is going on, which needs to be taken into account. So that's the benefit of AI Observe. And the third part of the pillar that we'll be launching later in the year is called AI Secure. What AI Secure does is it solves the security problems such as access control, threat protection, data leakage prevention, which are standard security challenges that we apply to everything. We apply those to AI. And the difference there is AI protocols, AI APIs are very, very different from what we are traditionally used to, and the traditional processing that the security products do for these capabilities.